To leave, but the first to go. Lord, make me dead before you make me whole. I feed on the fear of the devil inside of the enemy faces in my sight. Aim with a hand, shoot with a mind, kill with a heart like Arctic ice. I am a soldier and I'm marching on. I am a soldier and I'm marching on. I am a warrior, this is my song. I am a warrior and this is my song. I'm basking the glow of the rising war. Lay waste to the ground of an enemy shore. Wade through the blood spilled on the floor. And if another one stands, I'll kill some more. Bullet in the breach and a fire in me. Like a cigarette thrown to gasoline. If death don't bring you fear, I swear you'll fear these marching feet. Come to the nightmare, come to me. Deep down in the dark where the devil be. In the mall where the jaws and the razor teeth. Where the brimstone burns and the angel weeps. Call to the gods of across your path. And my silhouette hangs like a body bag. Hope is a moment now long past. The shadow of death is the one I cast. I am a soldier and I'm marching on. I am a warrior and this is my song. My eyes are steel and my gaze is long. I cannot hear you. I am a warrior and this is my song.
We're not just going to shoot the bastard. We're going to cut out their living guts and use them to grease the treads of our tanks. We're going to murder those lousy bastards by the bushel.
Now I live lean and I mean to inflict the grief. And the least of me is still out of your reach. The killer machine's gonna do the deed until the river runs dry and my last breath leaves. Chin in the air with a head held high. I'll stand in the path of the enemy line. Feel no fear, know my pride. For God and country I'll end your life. I am a soldier and I'm marching on. I am a warrior and this is my song. My eyes are steel and my gaze is long. I am a warrior and this is my song.
All right, now you sons of bitches. You know how I feel.
Good evening. This is Warrior Empowerment Hour here on WRGG 93.7 FM with Mr. Too Easy. So I have some quick reads. So here we go. The movie The Grinch will be shown at 6 p.m. March 2nd on Monday at the Bajor Library in Greencastle at a part of the March movie nights. Attendings are welcome to bring dinner, snacks, blankets, popcorn will be provided. On Saturday, on Tuesday, March 3rd, at 2 and 7 p.m., the movie His Girl Friday will be shown at the Capitol Theater in Chambersburg as part of a $5 classic seminar series. By admission at the door, concession will be available at an extra charge. Beer and wine available at the evening movies. And also, don't forget, WRGG is proud to sponsor I'm tongue-tied today. Celebrating Patsy Cline, happening at Historical Star Theater with Forever Young Ministries. Join WRGG, Kip and Dale Young on Thursday, March the 19th and March 26th as music of the Patsy Cline comes alive again. Both shows starts at 2 p.m. Tickets are just $20 and are on sale here at the studios at RGG, located at 113 South Carlisle Street in Greencastle, or you can call Miss Linda at 717-597-5460. It's celebrating Patsy Cline at the Historical Star Theater from 93.7 WRGG. Also, we have Mayhem Auto Brokers located at 6088 Molly Pitcher Highway. They have some used new car sales. So if you need an SUV, you need a car, need a motorcycle, you need anything with wheels that you can register, that's the place to go. If you would like to call and see what their inventory is, you can dial 717-375-4800. And select models have some nice deals and some money off. So it's on select models, so make sure you go by there. Okay, let's get right into it. So, just now tuning in, it's 93.7 WRGG, and this is Warrior Empowerment Hour. I'm Mr. Too Easy, where I talk about my life before the military, during the military, and after the military, and how I'm on my journey to be a better me. So, of course, everyone should already know that there's a few things in the news. So, one thing, and I hate to give all bad news, but there's some good news also. So, it was a tragic, a Pennsylvania state trooper was shot yesterday on a routine traffic stop. He's in the hospital, so he's in, believe, stable condition. So, guys and girls out there, whoever's listening, whoever's viewing, whoever's following, just remember the police, whether they're city, county, state, or federal police officers, these are regular people that want to get home to their family as well. No officer wakes up in the morning and say, "Oh, I just want to go pick on this one person." That's their 9 to 5. That's how they provide for their family. So it's you just gotta treat people like you want to be treated. At the end of the day, and it's sad that our police officers, our EMTs, our first responders see us when it's something's bad going on, because we only call them in tragedy. But when we do interact with them, we should make sure it's as positive as possible, because these are men and women that wants to go home to their family as well, to see their mom and dad or see their children. So my heart and my prayers go out to the family, and as well as all police officers all over the United States, whether you city, whether you county, whether you state, whether you federal, whether you're I don't know what are the levels, but if you're if you're a police officer, if you're my heart goes out to you. My prayers are with you and your families, no matter what, and just be safe out there. And that was sad, but hopefully he'll recover pretty well. Then of course we had the peace treaty with Afghanistan and the Taliban, so which is wonderful, because I did a tour in Afghanistan, 2 tours in Iraq, so I've seen that it's worse. So this is wonderful that our current president has got a treaty together and everyone signed it, and they're agreeing to stop the war after 19 years almost. So that's pretty long. So that's a pretty big thing. And kudos off to the current presidential administration. I know it was a lot of hard work with doing this, and with saying that, whether you are for or against the president, at the end of the day, let's pray for all of our elected officials, because they do have a strong task at hand, because they have everyone's lives at stake, whether they're a city, municipality, whether they're a borough council, whether they're a state representative, federal representative. We have to pray for all of our elected officials, and we also have to hold them accountable for what they're doing too. So just our prayers go out to all the elected officials, no matter what level you're on. If you're elected, you're definitely in our prayers. So, and that's a good thing. At least the war is one more step close coming to an end. We can bring some of these men and women home, so they can enjoy the holidays with their family. They can enjoy the raising of their children. They can enjoy their mom and dads and stuff. It's wonderful, and I'm very overjoyed, because I was deployed 3 times. And I know how it is to be separated from your family for a long period of time. My first tour was 2 years solid with no break in Iraq. So imagine being deployed 2 years straight without leave, without anything, just doing what you got to do for your country. And then when you come back, everything just changes. So, but as they say, we can get through this, because we're strong, we're resilient, and this too shall pass. So also with that, the rate has gone down a little bit. I believe the last rate I looked at for veteran suicide is 20 a day. It used to be 22 a day, but it did come down 2. So that's good, but we're still losing our veterans, still losing our active duty members to suicide. So, and I know personally I had a death in the family that passed by just natural causes. That was a military officer. And then I had one of my battle buddies, he posted on Facebook that one of our battle buddies had took his life, a Marine had took his life. So my heart goes out to the family, to all branches. I'm your brother at arms. And anyone listening to me that's one of my battle buddies or follow me on any social media, if you would like to talk, you know how to get in contact with me. Hit me up, with me a message, text me, call me. The crisis hotline is 1-800-273-8255 and press 1 because you are the number one priority. So 800-273-8255 and press 1 because you are the number one priority. You are number one. So just remember that. Don't be afraid to give anyone a call. And if someone call you, don't be afraid just to listen because sometimes they just want someone to listen. They might not want feedback. They just want someone to listen. And don't be afraid to make that call, guys and girls is out there. You know, when you're going through the tough times, just don't forget to make that call. Call one of your battle buddies, call a family member, call a friend. You can even call 911 and they can get you to the right person. Because you know, at the end of the day, you know, it takes a village to raise a child. And you know, you can be 50 years old, you're still a child because you're a child of God. So definitely, you know, keep that in mind. And then also every third Saturday, the first responders have a breakfast at Route 30 Family Restaurant right there in Chambersburg. So if you would like to come out and see those guys and girls, it's our first responders. They come from all around, and they I believe it's from 8 to 10 and 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and they sit and have breakfast and chit chat. So if you would like to stop by there, definitely it's every third Saturday. You know, stop by, you know, chit chat, say hello, pay for a meal. I don't know, just, you know, just fellowship. At the end of the day, it's good fellowship. So that way, you know, these guys and girls not seeing us at our worst. You know, no one calls 911 and say, hey, I just made a peach cobbler. Come on and get a slice. You know, no one calls 911 and say, I just made this big old turkey. Can you come pick it up and share it with everyone at the police station? No, they don't do that. So, you know, we need to make sure that these men and women that's here stateside are not forgotten because they're doing a wonderful job and a hard task also. So, but with that, you know, it's a lot going on, you know, in this America. But you know what? We're all here. We're all human, and we're all here for one another. You know, no one's being selfish, and no one's, you know, just, you know, we're all here trying to live, trying to pay our bills, trying to just get the hustle and bustle on and raise our children. But sometimes, you know, you need a helping hand, and don't be afraid to ask. So with that note, I'm going to play, let's see, I'm going to play a song that if it's for you, it's for you. And if you know it, sing along. And it's a very touching song. And I think sometimes we have to go back to the basics. And here it is. It's I Believe I've Been Changed.
I know I've been changed, children. I know I've been changed because the angels in heaven done sign my name. Sing it with me, everybody. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. Well, I know I've been changed. Well, the angels in heaven. Well, if you don't believe I've been redeemed, the angels in
Heaven done sign my name.
you need to follow me down to the tree. The angels in heaven sign my name.
Say what? Come on now. What happened now?
I've been changed.
Say it one more time. Say what now?
Come on, Beverly, help me sing it. I know I've been changed. Angels in heaven, the sign my name. Well, if you don't believe that I've been redeemed, you know the angels in heaven. This is what I want you to do.
What you want me to do? Mm-hmm. Oh yes, so that's I've been changed, and if you're just now tuning in, this is WRGG 93.7 Warrior Empowerment Hour with Mr. Too Easy. Now usually I play a lot of fast rock and some metal and stuff like that in country, so I figured I'd just bring it back because maybe that song needed to touch someone out there that's listening and know that whatever you've done, and if you've repented for your sins, and or if you just forgave yourself and forgave the other person, hey, you've been changed. No matter what, we all evolve and we all go through things, but it's how we make those personal changes to not do the same thing over and over again. So definitely people out there, love one another. We need to be back as we were back in the 80s. We was all for one for all. We were so united, it was ridiculous. And then after 9/11, of course, that big crisis, we was together again. And now, of course, we have the coronavirus, and I totally forgot about that. But, the stuff I've been reading and what they say on TV is kind of like a flu. So, for me, I went out and got some airborne little daily tablets that, chewable for the children to eat, every couple days, and, keep their immune system up. And, Lysol, it says it cleans the corona human virus and SARS and all that stuff. So just keep on wiping down the surface, keep washing your hands, and I think, we should be pretty good. But you never can be too careful, but just be mindful, just like flu season, just be mindful. That's how I see it. I'm not really going to panic that much for my household because as long as, we keep clean surfaces and we're clean, everything should be pretty good, So that's my advice. I'm not a medical expert. I'm not a disease expert. I don't work for the CDC, but I just know what it works in my household, and that's wiping stuff down with the Lysol wipes, or spray Lysol or Clorox wipes, or spray the Clorox and just clean the surfaces as usual. Your doorknobs, wash your hands with the antibacterial soap. Do what you got to do, But other than that, we must make sure, that we, pray for one another. No matter what religion you are, and I know that's kind of bad not really bad, that's the wrong word I should use, but, just pray, regardless of what religion you are, for anybody, everybody, we're all one big mixing bowl. This is America. That's what makes us so wonderful, because we're from all different walks of life. We may not agree on every single thing, but we can definitely agree to disagree, and, we'll still go to the bar and chew the fat. We'll still, fellowship during a football game or basketball, baseball game, or do a holiday. So, it's not all bad here in the United States. So, as my point of view, I've traveled all over the world. Been to Yemen, been to Turkey, been to Djibouti, been to Jordan, Oman, Kuwait, Afghanistan, Iraq, all over the place, Ireland. It's just, it's totally different in those places, but I can guarantee you this: everyone's trying to get here for a reason. For a reason. No matter what you may think of the U.S., we do have our issues, but we're a young country. We're 250 years old? We're a young country. So maybe we're a little bit older than that, but close to that. But we just have to love one another again. I don't know what happened. We gotta, as my grandmother used to say, we have to reach one, teach one. And just be open-minded. Don't be so closed-minded that you can't see the forest from the trees. Don't be so closed-minded that you miss out on the blessing. Don't be so closed-minded with either your own hatred or just your own personality. Always be open to stuff. And that's one thing I do love about the military. They make sure you're open to different things. Even if you're not, they drill it into you so hard, you have to be open to things. And that's why I'm glad I traveled, to be open to different things, to see different cultures, to understand different things, to learn different languages, and just see how other people live, so I can be either empathetic, sympathetic, or just be grateful. So I love it. And with that, let me find a really old song to play for you guys that maybe this can mend us just a little bit. It's not to solve all, catch all, but just to kind of join us together, in my opinion. And that's We Are the World. You guys remember that from the late 80s, with all them artists singing, because there was a crisis, hunger crises in Africa. So let's think about that. But just internal in America. You know what I mean?
There comes a time when we heed a certain call,
Say what now?
when the world must come together as one.
We got to come together.
There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We are a part of God's great big family. And the truth, love is all we need. We are the children.
Yes, we are.
We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving.
Come on now.
There's a choice we're making.
Mm-hmm.
We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. Well, send them your heart, so they know that someone cares, and their lives will be stronger and free. As God has shown us, by turning stone to bread.
And so we all must lend a helping hand. We are the world.
Come on now.
We are the children.
Sure we are.
We are the one to make a brighter day. So let's start giving.
Come on now.
Oh, there's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me.
When you're down and out, there seems no hope at all.
Come on now.
But if you just believe, there's nowhere we can fall.
Well, learn and realize, oh, that a change can only come when we
Stand together as one. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So
Oh yes, that's "We Are the World." So that song is originally 10 minutes long, but I had to cut it short a little bit. But you guys get the gist of it. But if you're just now tuning in, this is WRGG 93.7 Warrior Empowerment Hour, where me, Mr. Too Easy, talk about things from a veteran perspective, my life before the military, during the military, and after the military, and how it's affecting me. I don't speak for all veterans, so hopefully something I say can shed some light on what maybe your family member, your warrior, your veteran are doing, and be like, oh, now I kind of understand. Or I heard that, and oh, and now I can see a different point of view. So, just with everything that's going on, me personally, I try not to watch the news too much because it's just changed. It's I remember back in the '80s, back in the '90s, where the news was, hey, you saw, this firefighter save someone from a burning building or saved a child from a sewer, a manhole, or something like that. And now it's just basically a show, and it's all negative stuff. And of course, negativity sells. It's just the way it is. But I wish it could go back the other way, but we're far from it. It's just ridiculous. So those kind of triggers I really don't indulge in. I'll look at some little tidbits on YouTube or listen to the radio stations and stuff like that and get it in there because especially us on the radio station, we kind of do the research and give our opinion on what the facts are, and it's not always one-sided, and that's the one thing I do love about most and all radio stations. It's pretty fair in my opinion, but that's just me. But just we are the world, guys. We're human, and we have to, interact with one another. As I always say, pay it forward. Hold the door for someone. Help out a person in need, or just say hello. Give a person a greeting of the day. That greeting of the day, we used to do it all the time when we was on active duty. But it was more of a, if you see someone that's higher than you got to give them the greeting of the day. Boom. And at first it was like, dang, why I got to keep doing this, man? This is a BS. But then when someone does it to you, even if you're out in town, it's like, whoa, okay, hey, what's going on? It lifts a person. And even me now as I'm a civilian, I'm not in the military, I'm not on active duty anymore. If I say hello to somebody, someone say hello to me, say I'm having a bad day, someone say hello, but hey man, how you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm doing okay. Your average response is always I'm doing okay, because no one wants to say, oh, I'm doing bad, and be like, dang, I gotta talk to this person. But you'd be like, I'm doing okay, and then when you say I'm doing okay, you start feeling okay. If you say you're doing fine, then you start feeling fine. If you say you're doing good, then you start feeling good. So that small little greeting means a whole lot. Like I said previously on in some of my other segments, I used to go to Walmart just to see that one older guy that would give the greeting of the day. He would have a conversation with you, and it was sad for me when he retired. But it was just, I would just, I'd get off work at Letterkenny, went to Walmart around 5 or 6 p.m. and he was there like clockwork, and it was like he remembered me, even if I was going in there to get a head of lettuce or get some Snicker bars or get a Red Bull, he was right there at the door, and that meant a lot, But of course he had to retire, so, but it was just something different, and, you just don't get that anymore. And that's like, I was at the YMCA, and the older lady had to retire. This is her third retirement. And she was the one that's clean the towels, fold them up. And, she'd see us as we go in the locker room. Hey, how you doing this evening? How was your workout? How's it going on? How's your children? That means a lot. That small little conversation, and it's just wonderful. And that's one thing I do love about the town I live in, And when I first got there in '05, I called it a cheers town because everybody knows everybody. Greencastle and cheers town. Everybody knows everybody. If you have a nice small town, a nice friendly town, it could be a large friendly town, and it can be a cheers town. Everybody knows everybody, and and everyone helping out everyone. Regardless, they can say, oh man, that's what's the name's son. He's the bad fruit, but you still have that one guy be like, hey, you're not supposed to be doing that. Don't let me go call your dad. Those are the type things that I miss. Those are things that we need to get back to. Like, hey, don't let me have to get your mom on the telephone. Then the child hurt and act right. Oh, man, they might call my parents. I better act right. Okay, boom. And that's the kind of things we need to go back to. Because it did take a village to raise a child. But then even as adults, we help one another out. We pull each other up, you reach down, you pull the next person up, no matter what their race, color, creed is. But those one things I do miss, and it's just it affects for me. It affects me differently now. That I'm out because it's totally different. It's like, okay, I have to do this, I have to do that, and sometimes it can get confusing. But with my good support system, with my family, my wife and stuff, makes it a lot easier. We can talk things out, stuff like that. So it's pretty good. So the new thing is, my daughter's getting older. She's 16. She'll be going to senior status next year, and she's getting older, so she wants to do more older things. Dating and just simple stuff. Changing her style of clothing. And as a dad, it's like, like I told her the other day, I said, I still see you as my little girl. I said, that's what you want to wear? I support you. Put it on. Let's go. But it's just like, oh God, she has to get older, really? So it's pretty funny. We laugh and joke about it all the time, and she understands. But it's just those little things like that. It's different for me. It's different when my son get older. It's like, yep, he's becoming a man. All right, yeah, son. Okay, go ahead and do this. Go ahead and do that. But for me, my daughter's totally different. It's like, she has to get older. It's like, But it's a little funny, and it's different for each family dynamic. But that's just me on my personal opinion. But every family is different, But at the end of the day, we all want to protect our children, and that's just the father in a person. That's just the mother in a person. That's just our instinct to protect the children, regardless. Just like if I'm out and about, if I see some other body's child that's doing something wrong or getting into trouble, or someone's doing something against them, I'm like, ho, wait a minute now, that's a child. Don't do that, man. Don't say that, stuff like that. So, and that's what we should be, But I love it. It's just the world we live in. But with that, since I'm talking about children, let me see. I'm going to play one more song, but I'll wait just a minute. Let me keep on running my mouth. So, so also, we just have to make sure, when you have children in school, make sure, you kind of interact with them, see how their homework is doing, interact and, see how their grades are, stuff like that. Of course, we have little league teams out there, our children are playing either football, baseball, basketball, tennis, soccer, whatever the sport may be, bowling, golf, pool, I don't know, so they can get that interaction and get that athletic ability and stuff like that. And that's just great. So, and then of course, while we're doing that, we should also interact with the other parents, see how they're doing, see how their child's doing, and, just network. And that's wonderful. And then, you build a relationship with the other parents and stuff like that. And it just grows. And that's what we need to do. Not that we're not doing it, but if we did more of that, I think everyone would be a little bit more on the same page. We wouldn't have so much violence. You're not going to get total real of all violence, but at least maybe we can minimize it, And it's just got to be more humane to each other. That's all. At the end of the day, I've been to Honduras, Nicaragua, El Salvador, and going to these countries. And I went to these countries in the late 90s, early 2000s, and it's unbelievable how in our culture, or in our United States, where we have all these things at our fingertips. We have Google, we have smartphones, we have all these books, we have free school, through kindergarten, middle school, high school, free schooling and stuff like that. When you go to these other countries, they have to pay for each child in the firstary, secondary, thirdary school, and then they have to, pay for these books, and they may not have books, and it's just sad. They may not have shoes, but they're proud of what they do have. They don't worry about what they don't have. But here, we worry about everything we don't have, instead of be appreciative of what we do have. And when you travel to these different countries, no matter if it's a Latin American country, no matter if it's Europe, no matter if it's Africa, no matter if it's in the UK or in the Middle East, it's a totally different mindset. Not that we're doing anything wrong. Don't get me wrong. I love the United States. But just think about that. How about we appreciate what we do have? Instead of be like, oh man, I need to get this. I want to get this. As my grandma would say, there's a difference between wants and needs. But to each his own, I'm not, saying nothing negative against anyone. It's just to each his own. I was like that too, I wanted the new pair of Jordans, or I wanted the Scottie Pippens, and I wanted this polo shirt or something like that. But at the end of the day, be grateful of what we do have. So that way, when you don't have it, it's totally different, So, but with that, let me play this song right quick. My Little Girl by Tim McGraw. If you know it, sing along. For anyone with a daughter.
Gotta hold on easy as I let you go. Gonna tell you how much I love you, though you think you already know. I remember I thought you looked like an angel wrapped in pink, so soft and warm.
Right.
You've had me wrapped around your finger since the day you were born. You're beautiful, baby, from the outside in. Chase your dreams, but always know the road that'll lead you home again. Go on, take on this whole world, but to me, you know you'll always be my little girl. When you were in trouble, that crooked little smile milled my heart of stone. Now look at you, I've turned around and you've almost grown. Sometimes you're asleep, I whisper I love you in the moonlight at your door. As I walk away, I hear you say, Daddy, love you more. You're beautiful, baby, from the outside in. Chase your dreams, but always know the road that'll lead you home again. Go on, take on this whole world, but to me, you know you'll always be my little girl. Someday some boy will come and ask me for your hand, but I won't say yes to him unless I know he's the half that makes you whole. He has a poet's soul and the heart of a man's man. I know he'll say that he's in love, but between you and me, he won't be good enough. You're beautiful, baby, from the outside in. Chase your dreams, but always know the road that'll lead you home again. Go on, take on this whole world, but to me, you know you'll always be my little girl.
My Little Girl by Tim McGraw. So, guys, I see my time is coming close to an end. But, if you have the opportunity, definitely come out to Route 30 Family Restaurant on the third Saturday of each month and say hello and meet our first responders. And it'll be a wonderful fellowship just so they can see us in a nice way other than just when we need to dial 911. I know where I live at in Chambersburg. When I see one of the police officers at the Rudders getting a cup of coffee, I say hello. They say hello to me. If you can, if you see one of your local officers or a state officer, county officer, say hello. They are regular people too. They want to get home to their family. It's wonderful, and they're human. They're gonna say hello back. They're not gonna be like, oh, why is this person talking to me? No, it may lift their spirit for the day. I had one psychiatrist, to make this short. One psychiatrist, I told her, because I said, doctor, what do you do? How do you not take all these veterans' problems home to you every day? I said, because she said she saw about 40 veterans a day. So that's 40 stories a day There's 40 stories of either combat, depression, anxiety, hypervigilance. 40 stories of all this stuff, of PTSD, of TBI, of anxiety. How do you not take that home with you? You know what she told me? I read a comic book in between every little session. Once I finish the notes, I read a comic book to bring me back down so I won't bring the next issue to the next veteran. So imagine if you're a police officer. Okay, I'm just putting stress on police officers because we had one of our state troopers shot on a traffic stop, and it's sad. It hurts my heart. So imagine a police officer. They go to a domestic violence dispute at home. Okay, they rectify the situation. No one gets arrested. Everyone apologizes. One person go one way, the other person go the next way, and they're fine. Great. But imagine if the officer has to arrest somebody. He has to call backup. Okay, so then after he goes and take the people to whatever they take them to, back to the station or to the detaining center. I don't know what the process is. Okay, but they got to write the report. How do he or she not take that to the next call that he gets, the next traffic stop that they get? They're human too. You know, so if you're rude, in my mind, okay, this is just me speaking. I don't have no statistics with it. This is just me speaking. If you're rude to the officer or the officer rude to you, you're going to get back negativity. Every single time I've been pulled over, I've been pretty nice. You know why I stopped you? I said, I have no idea, but how are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. License registration, boom. He or she comes back and gives me a warning. If you put out positivity, you'll get positivity back. If you put out negativity, you'll get back negativity. And that's just the way the universe works. I don't need no statistics for that. But with saying that, guys, girls out there, let's treat people as human beings. You're not rude at the person that greets you at Walmart. You're not rude at the person in drive-thru. Why be rude to a police officer? You know, not all things in the media is negative towards police, but most of it is. But at the end of the day, that's not your situation. It's kind of harsh to say it, but like I tell my children, that's not your situation. Because that happens to little Billy, that didn't happen to you. Don't worry about what you worry about you. So when I interact with a first responder, with a police officer, this is my single interaction. This is my situation. I can only control me. Him or she can only control themselves. If it's positive, guess what? We both walk away laughing and chuckling. Prime example, when I first got my driver's license, this is when I lived in Maryland. This was years ago, in the early 90s. I'm rolling down 95. As the saying goes, I was 90 going north. He pulled me over, and I just got my driver's license. I was maybe 2 months getting my driver's license. Boom. He pulled up. He says, you know why I stopped you? I said, no. He said, you were speeding. I said, really? He goes, yep. He said, you was doing 85 and a 55. So my dumb behind said, well, officer, he was speeding too. So he chuckled. He says, young man, have you ever been fishing? I said, yeah, my granddad took me fishing all the time. He said, do you catch them all? I said, no. He said, but I got you. And I laughed and he laughed. I still got the ticket, but we both walked away laughing. And at the end of the day, you can't dispute that. At the end of hey, you don't catch them all, but I got you. I laughed. I gave him my stuff and I signed the ticket, paid for it, went to court for it. And, they dropped it, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's still funny. So even he had a sense of humor. I wasn't rude to him. It was a good interaction. But that was my interaction, my personal interaction. That wasn't someone else, Billy, Johnny, Bob, nobody, it was mine. So with saying that, for all the ones that's lost someone, whether you're military, first responder, EMT, police, this song is for you. And as I always say at the end, we must be mentally strong, physically strong, socially strong, and spiritually strong. And this is Wiz Khalifa. See you again.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side. And now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
Yes.
Come a long way.
A long way.
From where we began.
Come on now.
Oh, I'll tell you all about it when
Tell me about
I
it.
see you again.
Come on now.
When I see you again.
First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling strong. And what's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond. And that bond will never be broken, the love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn. And that line is what we reach, so remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that
Say
we got?
what?
Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side. And now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
Let the light guide your way.
Come on now.
Yeah. Hold every memory as you go.
Every single memory.
And every road you take.
Come on.
Will always lead you home. Oh,
For all my brothers and sisters in
it's
arms.
been a long day.
Yes, it has.
Without you, my friend.
Physically and mentally.
And I'll tell you all about it when I see you
Socially and
again.
spiritually strong.
We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see
Please do.
you
I miss and
again.
love you.
When I see you again.
Yes, yes. You will always be in my heart.
When I see you, when I see you again.
This is WRGG 93.7.